All right, welcome back to the channel. I have two topics I want to talk about. This time it's two. Hopefully, I'm done procrastinating, and what I'm going to be doing hopefully soon is editing the videos that I'm making and posting them on my YouTube. But either way, there's two topics I want to talk about today, which are pretty insane topics. One of them has to do with the security guard, specifically in Inglewood, California, I believe. And the other one is Dolores Cannon on and her death experience, which I thought was pretty crazy. Um, Either way, hopefully the audio was good. I got a new mic. I feel legitimate, but either way, I'm gonna try to stay on top of it. For those of you who know, uh, me personally know about how much of a rough week I had last week, and so I don't want to get too much to it, but I did post a video last week explaining what it was that was happening, what we were going through, and so it's been a bit of a rough patch. I haven't been able to post as much and go live, but either way. Today's topic, the first topic, which is both of these stories are pretty sad. Depends on how you look at it, but let me see if I can find what I wanted to talk about. We'll play the clip and we'll just get into it. But this specific video was basically two security guards were harassing a vendor in Chesterfield Plaza in the city of Inglewood. And so this is something that needs to be addressed. According to my opinion, it definitely caught my attention and it hit home. And it, but either way, this guy right here, his name is Eden Alex Enamorado. I don't remember when I started following him, but this guy is fucking dope as fuck. And he's out there, man. He's making changes. He's making a big difference. So I definitely respect this guy and what he's doing. But fucking shout out to this guy. If you guys have the chance, go ahead and follow him. And if you guys can support in whatever way you can, fucking do it. But basically, there's these two fucking cops. They're security guards, sorry. And so they were harassing the street vendor who, according to the drivers or the people who called, they had a permit to sell, but these guys weren't having it, and their attitude towards street vendors was just insane. Like, I honestly feel like if we can reach out to this guy, the vendor, and press charges for assault on this asshole right here, I would fucking say do it. I would. That's the thing about Latinos is that I've noticed, and I worked in a specific field where there's not much guidance, and a lot of people um, don't get the help they deserve, and the guidance is very important. But basically, I would highly recommend for this guy to file a lawsuit against this guy, press charges and all that shit. But basically, this is a short story. I don't know if you can hear it, but we're gonna play a small clip.
Dice que tienes una navaja.
Keep in mind that this guy has a gun. So if at any point he fears for his life, like a coward that he is, he can potentially shoot people. And if he feels like he is threatened in any way, he can call it self-defense. And because he has a gun, it's one of those things where like a lot of people don't realize that regardless of the situation afterwards, some people might end up losing their lives. And so sorry, my dog is crying, but she's over here talking to Edwin. I mean to my other dog. But either way, he has a gun. I don't know if this second cop, security guard does too, but this guy has a gun. And so if he at any point feels threatened, he can shoot this guy and call it self-defense. Possibly one of the reasons why he didn't do it is because he knew that there was a camera pointed at him. But either way, he could shoot him. This guy could die if he doesn't have anyone to support him, no family or anything like that, which I doubt he does. I doubt that he does not have. There's no way for this guy to defend himself because he's dead, you know. But either way, they both ask if he has a weapon. Knowing that he's a street vendor, knowing that people who sell food need some type of tool, that's kind of like an asshole question to ask. That's like asking somebody who cooks whether or not they brought utensils. Obviously, a knife is a type of utensil, but they label it as a weapon. Like who the fuck goes out and says, "I'm gonna go sell food. I'm gonna go sell fruits, hot dogs, or whatever it is that tacos and stuff, and not bring utensils like tonsils, tonsils, sorry, like forks, knives, and stuff like that. So this is a very direct question to get him to, I guess, admit or to trick him. It's like a trick fucking question. But check this out. So I don't know what this other guy's deal is. I don't know if he's like his friends or if he's just there to like see everything happen, but it feels like this guy's doing all the work and he's the aggravator and he's calling the shots and he's escalating the situation. He's making the situation a lot worse than it can be. But check this out. So this statement right here, you need to go, man, because you're gonna get fucked up. According to me, that's a fucking threat. That's a fucking threat, you know? And the thing is that this guy has a gun. So he feels like he's a shit. He feels that because he has a gun, he has authority and he's not potentially scared of anything. Um,
You're gonna hit him. No, you cannot tell him you're gonna hit him. But where's the weapon?
because I have the firearm. Check this out. He's basically using his power and abusing the shit out of it, you know?
Yeah, trying to pull it out now. You mind your business? Like, what's your boss's name? I'm the field supervisor. What's up? And you're talking like that to people? Yeah. What's your name? Yeah. That doesn't matter if you're in the hood or not. It doesn't give you guys an authority to talk to people like that. To say whatever the fuck I want. No, it doesn't. What's the supervisor's name?
And so that's a repeat. But so basically, people like this have to be stopped. Like this guy right here, Alex. Oh my God, I can never get enough of his content and what he is doing. Definitely somebody I would recommend. But the update was basically that they both were fired for threatening the vendor, which is good. I wish something more were to happen to him. Whatever, but yeah. But check it out. I guess his name is Joshua, and so he does follow ups and he follows through with his word, and the people do get involved, and that's beautiful right there. That message right there that he's spreading is extremely beautiful, especially because we live in California, and so there's a lot of Latino communities that don't get the type of support and that this guy's doing, you know.
Yeah, bro, you like to square up with women? And Joshua has a shoe company online. I wonder if you got your permits. It says you want to inspire people to walk in their individual power and materialize their dreams despite all the detractors. You're the detractor, homie. And you ain't no gangster. Your real name's Joshua. When you're not kicking it with your rad white friends, you're showing off your amazing editing skills for your favorite Dragon Ball Z. Not forget about your friend Kato Lily over here. You should have spoke up against your boy. Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. This this video that I saw, I think it was yesterday, was definitely a positive video. It was an unfortunate situation, and I'm not saying that this guy speaks for all, the black community, but people like him, specifically people who, once you give them some sense of power and authority, they just fucking lose their shit and they abuse it. And this should not be happening. I don't know why people feel like street vendors are a threat to the community. Like, street vendors have been here for many, many years, and they a lot of them don't have voices, and they're not going to go anywhere. Like, it is legal to sell in the streets depending on what area you're in. Obviously where I'm from, you can't, like, street vendors are not allowed to sell. But here in LA, specifically in Inglewood, at every like Laker basketball game, like a football games and stuff like that. That's all you see after the game's over. Like soccer field, the soccer games over there in what is it, like by the 110 freeway? I forget what the stadium is. LAFC. So you're gonna see vendors here. You're gonna see people selling tacos. You're gonna see people selling fucking hot dogs. You're gonna see people selling and fruits and stuff, and they're not gonna go away as long as they have the permit. They have the protection. But what is the need to cause all this ruckus against street vendors? Like, what is their problem? Like, they act like they haven't grew up around them. Like, he probably grew up in a neighborhood where at one point in his life, his family have purchased food, like chicharrones and elotes, for him as a fucking kid. And now you're over here. Now that you're a fucking official, a security guard with a gun, you feel like your authority is above all, but you fucking forget those times where I don't know, maybe your mom bought something from a street vendor on her way home, tired and hungry, and she probably bought fruits because she wanted to stop by and grab something to eat. And so it's like, come on, like, what the fuck is this problem? Fuck this guy. His friend is being held accountable for not stepping in, which is, I think, an important thing, because I think we spoke about this, me and my wife, in one of our mukbangs, that accountability is important, especially if you're close to friends that are doing some weird, shady shit. And so this guy, I don't know how close they are, but if he were to ever see something that he could make a difference on, he could stop this guy from making the situation worse. He should have, if he was a really good friend, he should have stepped up to him and said, "Hey, obviously, you act like you never seen a street vendor, and you act like you and your family has never purchased anything. Like, if this guy comes out and says, me and my entire family have never purchased anything from a street vendor in our entire, I don't know, like 32 years that I've been alive," I call bullshit on that. So he's been held accountable by getting fired along with his friend, the aggravator. And I think this is a good outcome. I don't think it's enough. Unfortunately, it didn't go as far as you would hope for. But either way, he has a license to carry a gun. He could apply at another job. His resume would definitely would be reviewed. He would have to let him know why he got fired from this previous job, this current job that he had, or whatever. I don't know when this happened. He would have to explain himself. But as long as he has connections to somebody, or he sweet talks the manager to hiring him, I don't think this is ever going to stop. But either way, this is positive news. This is a good thing. This guy's making a world of a difference in the street vendor community. And so I really like him. I didn't want to focus too much on him. I wanted to focus too much on this situation, but Alex took initiative, and he's doing something about it, which I definitely wanted to do, in the past. Unfortunately, I didn't get to, but in a different direction. But yeah, that's the positive news. Protect all street vendors, support them as best as you can. Um, and it's just basically the Latino community out here that's being harassed for just trying to make a living. Like, shit, like, what the fuck is your problem? And why are you causing so much, ruckus, on people who are just trying to make a living? Like a lot of people come to this country, a lot of people stay in this country, and a lot of people don't want to leave this country because they want to make a living, in comparison to where they don't have the same opportunities in other countries. You know, this guy stays in LA and he gets the job that he has. You know, he works here and stuff like that because maybe the pay is great. Maybe he won't earn as much as he can, like in other states or in a different country, definitely. So he resides in Inglewood, I'm assuming. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, we're all fucking living amongst each other. We all have to function together. So what's all this extra shit? Like, unless the street vendor was violating a crazy huge code and he was arrested for something, I don't know, for selling drugs and stuff like that, I don't think that all this extra shit was necessary, especially because of the fact that he wasn't arrested. His tools, I call them tools, his little card, his knife, his food, and all that wasn't confiscated. And in the end, these both guys ended up losing their job. Like, this should not have happened. Luckily, we had someone, this driver, right? We had someone who stepped in, did the right thing, recorded everything, and provided the footage to Ed and Alex, and something was done. So yeah, protect all street vendors. That's definitely a win-win.